Today's real estate ride is with Peter Chiarkas of Kissinger, Bigatel, and Broward. Pete, what's up, man? Always sharp dressed. You never disappoint. How you doing, man?
Good, pal. How are you?
So how's your 2017 starting out?
You mean 2018?
I mean 2018. Yeah.
It's going really well. Fortunately, we're doing well. I tell you, it's crazy out there. That's for sure. Anything in that $200,000 to $400,000 price point.
The inventory, and that's not just in State College. That's
movement.
like a national thing, right?
It is national.
That you're getting like 3 and 4 offers on a property, and well, it's definitely a seller's market there. So they're selling their houses for more than they probably expected, huh?
Yeah, it definitely is a very, very strong seller's market. And out of the 5, 6, 7 that I've seen so far for the year, we've seen multiple offers on 90% of them, and going over asking price. So I mean, it's tight out there. So
how are you advising? I'm a buyer looking at a house in that range. How are you advising them?
Well, we're gonna have to be very competitive, and we're gonna have to sit down and go over some different strategies to be able to make this a success. Because if you just go in at full asking price,
that might not be enough.
You're not gonna win.
You're gonna have to go and maybe hire, maybe not have like a contingency on the sale of your house.
And coming back to even the local lenders like yourself, when I'm representing a seller and I get an offer from a client and it's from some outfit from lender out of town, I'm gonna say, listen, I'm sorry. And if I've got a pre-approval letter from you, I'm gonna say, oh, okay, well, I've got BA and some out of town lender. Stay local when you go and shop lenders.
And you say that because, what's the important piece to that?
Well, I think the important piece is that you are knowledgeable enough and you know the local market, whereas a quicken from out of town or whatever, especially if it's a condo or townhome and they don't know the different ratios of investor to owner occupants,
right?
That deal's falling apart.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I've actually I appreciate the love from the local lender, and I'm the same way. Like I'd much rather have somebody local who knows the area, because there's just so many nuances that you won't know if you're not in the market.
Right.
Yeah. So tell me about 2017. Would you say it was a very successful year for you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very fortunate. I'm very blessed. I'm obviously with KBB, and I couldn't imagine being anywhere else. We have, in my opinion, the best brokers. The best sales manager that I know of, and the best agent. So, that being put together, we've got something that's dynamic, a little different than a normal real estate agency where we all help one another and want everybody to succeed.
How long have you been in the business?
This is my 19th year, believe it or not.
And when you got in, what were some of your big challenges?
Well, I see new agents come in every day. When I graduate from Penn State here, obviously.
We are.
And I graduated, met my wife here at school and stayed, and I didn't know a soul, man. So it was hard. And for new agents coming in that don't know anybody, I always say, listen, Rome obviously wasn't built in a day. It takes a long time to become successful and established. But the only thing that I really have to say that makes any sense for new agents is that just get in front of somebody every day, bring them value, and see what you can do to help.
Yeah, well, you're obviously one of the most successful agents in this area, and working with you enough, I know you have systems. Like, if you're a new agent, what is the one thing you would tell them, hey, this should be one of your daily disciplines?
Daily discipline, number 1, pick up the phone and make calls.
Don't be no call reluctance.
There's no such thing as a secret agent in the real estate business.
Right.
Yeah, no. Especially, I always tell my sellers this, when you work with me, the first thing every morning from 8:30 to 11:30, I'm on the phone making calls, trying to procure a buyer for your home, whether I'm networking with other agents or different people in your neighborhood. My goal is to get your home sold, and we'll do what it takes.
Right. So that brings up another. I'm always curious about this. Obviously you do a lot of listings, and when you're having that listing appointment, and oftentimes the seller, because they're emotionally attached to their house,
yes,
they may think that the house is worth more than it probably is going to go for. Now that's not happening in 250 to 400 range, but in those other ranges, how do you have that conversation with them and manage expectations?
Well, it's funny because I don't know if I've ever met a seller who thinks the house is worth less. Right? But I think when you're knowledgeable enough and you bring comparable sales and say, listen, I know obviously, in some circumstances, I just worked with a client where they were there for 45 years, and I sold their house for over asking price, and she's tearing up on the phone, and I get that.
Right.
Because she raised her children there. They both raised their children there, and they love the area, and the schools are there. And so I think to manage expectations is really just to make sure that you have the data here, and obviously, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, you love the home, and we're going to find you a great client. But the market is only going to bear what the market's going to bear. I can't take control for what the market's doing, just like oil or gas.
Right. It's up and down.
What it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Volatile.
And how many families are you looking to help in 2018?
So our goal is to help 151 families.
Nice.
So obviously Chrissy and Laurel, who are my main team members who get me there and take very good care of me, will of course help me with that. And last year our market was down only a few points. Was down about 2% in sales, but for the last 3 years, Chrissy, Laurel, and I have helped over 130 people per year accomplish their goal, and we have the systems in place to make sure that everything's dotted and crossed correctly.
Awesome. So what are you doing when you're not helping families buy or sell houses? What are your hobbies?
Well, it's fun because I'm very blessed, fortunate. I live in town. I've got 2 beautiful boys, 5 and 8 year olds, Michael and Matthew, and so that is our life. So whether it's skiing or drums or yoga or anything like that,
right.
That's what we're doing.
And a lot of people don't know that you are musically inclined.
No, that's my brother.
I thought you played also. No.
No.
Only Henry.
Yeah.
Henry shreds.
Yeah, he does. I can't keep a note, man.
Not even singing.
No. No. I'm good at Rock Band now.
So you mentioned the kids. What about wifey?
Yeah, so I'm very fortunate. My wife and I used to work together, and then we decided that if we want to stay married, we can't work together.
Right.
So
right.
she manages our rental properties, and Dad's rental property, and her parents' rental properties as well. So that's what she does full time.
Now there's another topic, just investing in real estate. What's your, obviously you're doing it and you're doing it successfully. What are some of the keys to that? Like maybe to the amateur real estate investor, what are the things they should be looking for?
Well, it is very difficult in this town to break into because of the values, and everybody throws around cap rates, and I want a 7 cap, and in State College you can't find a 7 cap. I mean, it just doesn't exist. So at the end of the day, what I look at is okay, how much are we gonna, what's gonna be our rate of return, as well as what do we see, what's projecting, and ever since I've been in State College for whatever the last 19 years, I've never seen the values of investment properties drop once. So there is always that secure, thankfully, rate of increase in
right. Well, and that's why they call it Happy Valley, because even during the worst of times, there's never really depreciation in this area, right?
No, none at all.
Now you talk about cap rates, so an amateur investor, they might not even know what that is.
Yeah,
right?
Well, I mean, just your rate of return, what you're going to get after your net income, divided by what you're putting into it. So, I mean, it's been a wonderful area. Now, with all this build-up of different areas, the townhomes and things of that nature, I see the rental market cooling down, especially if you look downtown with all the new high-rises going on. I see, my opinion is that values will stabilize, if not drop a little bit, due to the influx of surplus on the market.
And then the other thing is, are you the person that goes out and does all the repairs, or do you work with a management company? Because that factors into your rate of return too, right?
Yeah, well, fortunately we're here. So we do our own, Anita does her own, manage of the properties, and then we have our own handy people to be able to do that. If you're obviously not here, you need a good management company, Associated Realty. They're wonderful to work with, and they'll take everything. So if you're from Wisconsin and your child left and now you want to rent it, they'll be like, grab it, and take care of it.
Right. Well, if someone wants to utilize your services, whether it's buying or selling their home or looking for investment properties, how do they get in contact with you?
Yeah, absolutely. Feel free to reach out anytime. I mean, my cell, 571-8204. Feel free to give me a buzz there. Send me an email, obviously. Chiarkas@comcast.net.
All right. Well, what I'll do is I'll also, at the end of this video, I'll put all your contact information up so people can get in touch with you. And I appreciate all the knowledge, and I appreciate you letting me inhabit your space for a little bit.
Absolutely.
And best of luck in 2018.
Thank you. You too, pal.
All righty. Take care.